So like 4 years ago, I don't know how long. I was always an anti-iPhone guy and Apple and Macintosh.
Oh,
For the longest time.
Yep.
But then the cell phones were not any different than Android at that point in time.
Oh boy,
same money. So
people
I went
would
with the iPhone.
fight you for saying that.
The biggest thing was expandable memory back in the day. Like that was why you went Android, so you could keep all your music. But then I got this here laptop, and now I've been wanting me a daggone iPad. And then I've been wanting me one of these daggone... Oh, and I got the watch.
Yeah.
And they got this new headset they're going to be coming out with. They're like glasses. And I'm like, man, that is cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know that I've ever been... Other than Busch Light, maybe?
That's
and
not...
Harley Davidson. I don't know that I've ever been that brand specific about like...
Well,
I feel like, you know how Arlo is with Yeti.
Oh, yeah.
Big Yeti guy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting that way with the...
By the way, when I read this, I thought you were talking about McDonald's because the one in Huntingburg opened.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, I'm hooked on the Mac wagon.
There's no A in McDonald's, dipshit.
But I call it MacD's.
Yeah, but it would be M-little-c.
Jenna asked me to spell what William wanted the other day, and I said MACD's.
Like D-E-E-Z? Like D's nuts?
No, she said spell it, so I just said MAC.
And especially because how he said it, the Mac wagon.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I read into it. I was like, Dave's picking him up a breakfast burrito on his way into town.
I don't know if they're open that early.
Oh, yeah.
They're open by 6.
No, I don't know about that. I have no clue.
7?
I'm not Huntingburg that
6 or
early.
7?
30.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't stay away from that place.
I'm never there that early going through town, so I don't care.
Anyway, so I was
give
just...
old boys a little bit more to freaking dog on me. I keep going up to MacD's.
So you got anything you're all hooked on?
I've been an Apple guy since 2007, I guess. When did they come out?
6 or 7.
2006. I think I got my first iPhone. Maybe no. That's probably not right. I probably had my first iPhone. I don't even know when I had my first iPhone, but it was not that long ago.
I had the LG Dare when it came out.
I had a
Motorola. After the first iPhone.
When I got married, I had a Motorola Razr that it fell out of my pocket on the tour bus or the shuttle bus from the airport to the resort. Nope, I did not. That's not a true story. The first time I went to Mexico, I had a Razr, but. I had Razr. I'm all in on Apple now.
Not too long ago.
What's that?
Didn't they bring the Razr back this year?
Yeah, but it was like a folding
really
iPhone thing.
I mean, brand specific on stuff that
I only buy Tide laundry detergent.
Yeah,
hands down.
Well, we talked about that with household goods.
Yeah.
Chevrolet guy. I've never driven anything but a Chevrolet.
What's that car?
The Nissan Altima. A different situation.
You never bought.
Never bought it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the first Ford I've ever bought.
Well, and the tough thing of it is, Motorhead Mitch, my buddy Motorhead Mitch, worked with his wife. I think fan of the show, maybe. If he listens to this, he'd be devastated. But yeah, I mean that I get the 1 point of the Nissan. Thanks, Dave. I mean,
I thought it was
that's more like a special situation, but appreciate you pointing it out. Things that we hold.
Glad
true.
your mom ruined your brand specific thing.
Thanks, Dave. But I was able to get it after the fact.
Oh no.
Kubota. I honestly believe that I'll be a Kubota guy. I think I like how Jared and Brad and those guys, they took good care of me every time I bought something over there. I'll definitely always give them a chance when I'm in the market to buy something like that.
See that? I was just getting ready to say like Diet Coke, but I'm usually Diet Pepsi guy too.
I'm all over the place. It's a taste. Like it just depends what kind of mood.
Like I said, this whole Diet Do thing just started like 3 o'clock this evening. Like I have 3 o'clock this afternoon. Like I haven't had a Diet Do for years, but I was just like, oh my God, that's good.
Folgers coffee.
Because,
there it is.
Now that's all I'll buy here, but work has Maxwell, and I sure as heck ain't going to turn down free coffee.
Yeah.
Well, but there again, like it's a purchase thing.
Oh yeah,
right?
there's always a
Yeah.
big plastic red
So,
tub in that.
with this being said, since it's a purchase thing, and going back to where David started with the whole iPhone thing, there is people that I know that will, like, it is a huge deal for the iPhone versus Android.
Yeah.
Deal.
I cared less.
Even still now.
Oh yeah, like Tyler Sibro, one of my best friends.
Shout out Keyboard Warrior.
All out on anything Apple. Like he is a Xbox guy through and through.
I was a PlayStation guy.
Right. So there again, that's a huge division too. Huge division.
Yeah, you
Like,
could almost, to reframe this topic, you could go through Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah.
We'd all say
so.
Coke.
Those guys, like
I'd say Pepsi.
there's this huge.
You take a Pepsi over Coke?
Wow.
Grandma Smoker always had them, and I hadn't had one in years and years. And I was helping a friend of the show, Clyde Harper, work on his car one
Hey,
day.
Clyde.
Hey, big friend of the show.
And he
Yeah.
said, "Hey, you want like a beer?" I was like, "No, I don't need a beer." He's like, "You want like a pop? We got a Pepsi." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a Pepsi." And I was just, like, I was hooked.
My grandma Mary and Papa Marvin, my Standale parents, my mom's parents, you could guarantee they would have Full Throttle Pepsi, Sun-Kissed,
Oh, I love
love
good
orange soda.
Sun-Kissed.
and Sprite, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That was the only 3 sodas that they would have. Now, Grandma Lois and old Wild Bill up there on 1013 North Jackson, Huntingburg, RC,
Yeah.
Diet Right,
Yeah.
and freshly brewed homemade tea. Grandma
Yeah.
would cook it on the stove in a pot.
Yeah. That's what we, well, I mean,
And then
we,
she would steep it and do all that shit. That's how old Wild Bill would drink, with sweet and low, not regular sugar, because he's got the diabetes, or he
How
did.
Grandpa Smoker was.
God rest his soul. But yeah.
see, and that's like, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I know everybody, the artificial sweeteners, I get it. You know, TikTok users 679 are probably comment on it now.
Yeah.
Again,
We're
but
going to all die from cancer. We know.
I've been a sweet and low guy. I mean, that's what we had
Shit's
in the
gross.
house.
I
And
cannot
my grandpa
stand.
had this stuff. It was clear liquid in a glass bottle with this funky little rubber cap on it.
Probably like simple syrup.
I don't know, but it was something. It was an artificial sweetener.
Yeah, you can buy them in liquid.
Aspartame in liquid form, maybe?
Yeah.
But no, man, like this whole like PlayStation versus Xbox, Apple versus Android, and then you got
Pizza Hut versus Domino's.
our Papa Juan's,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of these big divisions. And I know people that still, regardless if like the newest, like, House Divided, our friends of the show, big friends of the show, the Shirley household. Josh is all in on Android. Maria, she's an Apple gal. Same with us. Justine she was the first one with an Apple, and I was come up second with the old, I was always an Android. Actually, I had a BlackBerry at one time.
Oh.
Yep, I had a BlackBerry. And then, what the hell else was it? I had a Samsung, several Samsung. Nokia. You had a Nokia that I
Yeah.
played Snake on. Remember
Well, those
Snake?
original brick phones, though.
Yeah,
That's legit
for
that
sure.
way.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. I'm all in on Apple now, just because everything's compatible. Like everything is.
Where do you
That's
think
The
what I
only
like
thing
about
I don't like about Apple, though, this is one thing that I've
it's
noticed.
an apple and it's a fruit? And
No, I like
Oh.
apples, especially with tahini on it. Yeah, that shit's good. But like when my wife was going back to school doing.
Pillsbury Sweet 10.
Oh yeah, what we got?
Just that stuff.
Sweet 10. Wow. It is like a clear plastic bottle with a white cap. That's wild. Never heard of it. But like you have to, like Microsoft programs, I guess you would say, like Word, like a Word document,
Yeah.
or Excel, or like all those things.
That was a pain in the ass.
Back
after
back then, when she first got her first Apple laptop, or we bought an all-in-one, like we have a self-contained PC that's an Apple as well.
Yeah.
We had to buy those programs and put them on the Apple computer.
We're kind of asking this question: how, when it comes to reward programs and like brand loyalty things, Do you sign up for a lot of those? Like every place you go nowadays, they want you, like Chick-fil-A. I'll use Chick-fil-A as an example. 90% of the time when I order from Chick-fil-A, there's something I'm getting for free. Because when we buy, it's a buy for the fam, or, you sneak a little extra thing of nuggets in there if you're just flying solo, whatever it may be. But I joined Chick-fil-A Rewards, and then
user 11114. I bet you do, fat bastard.
But I mean, does that play into anything for you guys?
I do on Pizza Hut because that's my kind of go-to.
Yeah.
Like if we're in a hurry in sports season,
Cheap
so
pizza.
like every other one, you get a free order of breadsticks.
Definitely, dude. That's a no-brainer. Yeah. Like the Pizza Hut rewards program.
Yeah, we're on that too.
Especially if you order from the app. Like it is completely the easiest shit you ever do. And then with the Apple Pay, you just click your lock button twice. Bam, Face ID, paid for, nothing happens. You're out the door, whamma, bamma, ding dong. And then you're getting emails. You've qualified for a free cheesy bread.
Yeah.
What?
Man.
Shit like that. Then you're getting free wings. You're getting all this other
birthday,
stuff.
I got free breadsticks for my birthday month. I need to get over there before.
There you go. And then I'm also an Ace Rewards member.
Me too.
Ace Hardware. But I don't know what that gets you.
Well, so
other than like emails
I get coupons.
And
I get coupons.
Coupons, yeah.
I get coupons in the mail for spend $50, get 15 off or something like that. But I don't go in there. A lot of times that stuff expires.
Oh, CVS, the old extra care card. Put your number. Hey, can I get your number? Yeah, tell them your number. You buy it and then you print your receipt off, and it's 7 miles long. And if you don't redeem it for a long time, you get
copious amount,
extra bucks. $6, $7 off.
Be a JC member, grocery store back in the day.
Oh yeah, JC membership on Fridays gets you a dozen donuts for $5.
Wow.
And then they'd always do a 10 for 10.
Yeah,
Well, just so the Sam's Club, same deal, I guess. Like Justine's got
and Jenna gets gas there. She gets like a dime.
Oh
off
yeah,
a gallon
yeah.
or
So
something.
we get gas. So the warden gets gas down at Sam's, and then she's like a VIP member or something.
Yeah, you
so
can
they
have
go,
the exclusive
They
where you
go
get
in
earlier.
before they're open to the
about
public.
an hour open.
So they get
before.
like free coffee and fruit tray and shit like that, and then they get to go shop before anybody's there. And then I think she even has like an old one of those Sam's Club, credit cards or whatever. That it's just like points come back off of it, you know, so you get to redeem those.
Well, that's
too.
another big reward. People don't understand when you go use your credit card and those rewards. That's why a lot of these places
Now listen,
have started.
You got to be responsible. You got to swipe responsibly. Just so everybody knows.
Oh, okay.
Because credit cards are.
Yeah, that's a good pitfall there.
Yeah.
But people don't realize that 2 or 3% that you get on your rewards, whatever that amount
money
is.
make in the bank.
You know who pays for that? The freaking business does.
Yeah.
Like the number for us, we're a very large. That's why when we went to Hollywood for that show, and they were credit card only.
Yeah.
You're paying 2.5%, 3%.
Yeah.
On every transaction.
Yep.
You're losing your ass.
Yeah.
And I know how much we pay up
Especially
at the
when
resort.
you volunteer to buy 10 guys a beer whenever you are real drunk and cut in line and don't realize you do it until you get up there and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you buy 4 or 5 guys a beer that are $7, $8, $10 a piece, so you don't get your ass beat in the parking
that's
lot.
a tough spot. But you know what I mean? That comes off the business owner. They have to pay that back. And that's why you're starting to see people paying, it's on the receipt at the gas light.
Yeah.
Cash price, credit card price.
Yeah. Legion.
And
There's a lot of places that way.
Well, and at the Legion, I think we calculated it one
3%.
night that you'd have to spend $64 for paying in cash to make sense.
Oh, really?
Or to go for the ATM fee if you don't have cash.
What is it? There's a big difference, too. Like if you run it credit or debit, they don't ding you. If you run it debit.
Because the debit's basically like an electronic check.
Yeah. So if you run a debit card, you don't get dung with that percent.
Yeah,
But
because
if
it's just like writing a check, which is weird because when hey, Scott, you take check? Yeah, sure, we take check. I think you'll see people. I think
that's going to start being phased out.
No, I think checks come back.
Really?
I think people when you start seeing 5% tacked onto your bill,
Oh yeah,
all the time, you're going to start writing checks.
But
for stuff.
do you think people No, this is not a shot at anybody. Like there's no. This is not.
See, I'm not gonna get personal. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, don't want to get too personal here, but do you think people actually look that far into it these days?
Yeah, I feel like it's already done. In the last 8 years, I remember seeing lots of places, hey, we're going to be raising our prices by 3% for credit card customers, or yes, we had to raise our prices because everybody's paying with a card.
Yeah.
So I think that's already kind of.
We've tried to carry cash more. Make that weekly trip to the ATM and get cash.
Can't do it.
Some of that so I don't swipe.
My
problem is I just spend it. If I got cash, I'm like, oh yeah, I got
guarantee
this.
It'll burn a hole in my pocket, bub. No way. My mom will say the same. If my mom was in here right now, she'd be nodding her head.
Yeah,
if that son of a bitch has got $10, he'll spend 20 and wonder where the other 10's going to come from. My brother, if he had $10, he'd save it till he had 100.
Yeah,
that's not me. I can't. My wife will probably be.
Which is why I don't understand how with the credit card you're going to spend it. I would think you'd spend the credit card easier.
Yeah, for sure. But with cash, you're just. It's gone. You know what I mean?
It's gone.
Yeah, but then you don't spend money.
Yeah, you do. The cash is gone.
Yeah, but when your cash is up,
then
for
you gotta
your
go
week,
get more.
Yeah, that's where you don't.
Yeah, I can't do it.
User
No
678
self-control.
diner. No surprise. No surprise there.